Men, and as usual, I use the term loosely. Hey, welcome back to this 1975 XLH project. I got a fork leg chucked up in the lathe in front of me, and as usual, it's been beat to shit. It's all gouged up. The brake disc was sawing through it. It's got a reflector boss on it that's got to go. So let's get started. I've got an old axle cap with a hole drilled in it to match my live center to stabilize the bottom end of the fork leg in the lathe. I'm going to turn the turn signal boss off. You could just take it off with a Makita, an angle grinder, and a flap disc, but I got a lathe, so I like using it. The cutting tool is a hand ground piece of high-speed steel. It's a form tool with a generous radius on it. I don't want to leave any square corners that could create stress risers, at the end of the cut. So I use a radius tool to blend it in with the fender mounts. So it's just a matter of getting it set up in the lathe, figuring out what your depth of cut is going to be. And I think I used probably 40 initially, turning the power feed on and letting the lathe do its thing. It's going to take a bunch of passes to get the reflector boss turned down till it's flush with the fork leg, and that really is all there is to it. I flipped the camera around to the other side so you could get a look at the tool I'm using and get a look at the surface finish of the fork leg. The tool is a high-speed steel tool that I ground to match the radius as close as possible, to match the radius of where the ears for the fender mount meet the fork leg. And I got it pretty close, so it's going to lead for a nice, smooth transition. I'm going to use the side of the form tool to narrow those ears just a little bit on this side. Like I said, I just want it to be as smooth as I could get it so there's a good transition between the fork leg and those little ears. And then I am making here what I think is going to be the last pass. So let's see what happens. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I definitely could live with that. Of course, it's still got to go out and get polished, and I'll probably hit it on that 3M Deburring wheel I got to take the little bit of that ridge off of there, and this is good. And here's a little bit of a close-up of the modified axle cap that I used to locate the center on the bottom end of the fork leg. This is a scrap one. I would not remove material unnecessarily on the one that I'm actually going to use. It just seems like a bad idea to remove metal from the one part that holds the wheel on. So anyway, you could probably make this out of a chunk of aluminum. It wouldn't be hard. All right, I always do my buffing outside because this machine throws pieces of the wheel, pieces of the polishing compound everywhere. It makes a hell of a mess. So I do it outside. I got the deburring wheel over here, and I got a couple of ridges in this area I'm going to take off. The gloves are not because I'm worried about the finish. The gloves are because these sons of bitches get hot. This is a 3M deburring wheel. I get them on Amazon. The link has been added down below here. I've tried some of the import ones, and they work pretty good, but they wear out incredibly fast. The 3M one has proven to be long-lasting. All right, that's got it blended pretty well. I'm going to move over to the polishing wheel and polish this up. Looks good to me. That's done. And with that, I am out of here. Hey, do me a favor. If any of this video was the least bit informative or useful, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks ever so much for watching. I will see you when the next chapter's ready. Bye.